Never been there.
I
I'm not going either. I can tell you
I've
that.
never been to me.
Well,
you,
I haven't been able to get that song out of my head.
Hey, resident call for YouTube. Joel Sade says, "My buddy Patrick, we're creators. My buddy Alan Gallant. We're here to talk Austin Powers, the spy who shagged me." Uh, really, this was released June 11th, 1999. I'll get it right, I swear. Distributed by New Line Cinema. Yes, I'm doing this somewhat in reverse. Directed by Jay Roach. He's back here. Written by Mike Myers and Michael McCullers. McCullers.
Yeah.
Produced by Suzanne Todd, Jennifer Todd, Demi Moore, Eric McLeod, John Lyons, and Mike Myers. Starring Mike Myers, Heather Graham, Michael York, Robert Wagner, Seth Green, Elizabeth Hurley briefly is in this movie. She's not in this movie a whole
And,
lot. Because she's a goddamn fembot.
yeah. Yeah.
budget is budget is 33 million. Box office is 312 million. Holy shit!
312 million.
312
Yeah.
million. This made money. Guys, when did you first see Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged?
So when the goddamn thing came out,
Yeah, so did I.
There you go.
There you go. And 200 million of that is because Heather Graham was in it, I think, because she had just done
Boogie Nights,
Roller
a couple years
Girl.
before, yeah.
I saw this as soon as it hit television. I did not go see this one in theaters.
Would have been within a year, I think, probably.
Yeah, it was within a year I saw this. But yeah, so I didn't go to theaters to see this. Now, what are you guys' thoughts on this movie? Alan, you first.
It is a retread of sorts in a lot of ways. There's a lot of the same kind of jokes are done again, and that's not uncommon for a sequel of this kind of thing. But I think it does affect the quality. Patrick, I'm going to leave the intro to the movie to you because you had a lot to say about it earlier when we were talking.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine. I enjoyed some of the stuff. I thought Rob Lowe was great. He did a beautiful imitation of
Best thing in the movie.
He did a fantastic imitation, and people remarked on it at the time. I remember, in the entertainment tabloids and on so on, they talked about how
I thought he was dubbed.
No, he wasn't. He would go on talk shows and do it so people would know that it was him. But he did a fantastic job. This is the debut of Fat Bastard. No, not so much for me. I thought it was just an excuse to like double down on the caca jokes and that sort of thing. And a few caca jokes, fine. I mean, I can be 12 years old for a little while in any movie, any comedy, but it seemed like it was kind of piling on after a while. Heather Graham, love her, absolutely gorgeous. She was actually pretty good in this movie too. I thought she had the dialogue is kind of stilted, but I thought she had the appropriate twinkle in her eye, and she was sort of the female version of him in a lot of ways. So I was okay with that. Yeah, so I'm going to let you go, Patrick.
I couldn't finish the movie.
No.
This time through. I had to turn it off. I find it so repellent. Okay. You guys remember Caddyshack?
Absolutely.
Okay. There is, if you watch Caddyshack, one of the things that makes it work is, and people, after the movie, they forget this.
Mm-hmm.
But during the movie, I don't think they do. They don't, there's a strong emotional core in Caddyshack of Danny and the Irish girl that he works with, and he gets her pregnant. He wants to marry her, and he has to raise his money, for that, or to potentially take care of the kid, or to get out of his current situation.
It's kind of the straight role, being mentored by all these other comedic characters,
and he's being mentored by them. And
yeah.
Some, the best scenes Chevy Chase has is where he's mentoring him.
Yes.
We actually get, finally Chevy Chase has something to care about.
Yeah.
But he doesn't care about him too much because he's not going to do his work for him.
No.
But he cares, and Judge Smales has a coterie of people to oppose him. But that emotional core is important, and we buy the romance.
Yes.
And so to look at Austin Powers, the first movie, and to say that the emotional core doesn't matter is either to say that you don't watch it, you didn't watch the movie, or that you have no heart. Because Austin Powers, for all you can say about it, is a movie with tremendous heart. It's about being lost. It's about being out of place. It's
You're
about
referring to International Man of Mystery.
yeah. When I say Austin Powers, I mean
The
the
first
first
one.
movie. It's like calling Star Wars just Star Wars and not A New Hope or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, and it's about uh, choosing what parts of your identity to retain when the world has moved on, and which parts of the world that's moved on to embrace. And I think that's marvelous. That's for me really the secret to how satisfying it is.
Mm-hmm.
That it's not just a bunch of jokes written on a bathroom wall.
Right.
And it's really the secret of the movie. And woe be unto him who ignores it. Well, the him in this case is Mike Myers. And I'm ashamed of him for not recognizing the obvious strength of what he did. And this movie, starting out with Vanessa being a fembot and her dying, and him having a celebratory dance number that is era
Because
and
he's
exact.
single again, instantaneously.
Yeah, is repellent to me. It completely ruins the character we've seen in the prior film, and it ruins the point of the prior film.
I'm wondering what the real story behind that was.
I think they didn't know what the hell they were doing, or they wanted a new girl,
Yeah.
and so and there were a million ways to add her. In fact, the most interesting would be where she's after Austin,
Right.
and Austin's
Rivalry.
very serious.
Yeah.
Or yeah. I mean that's the new one. But if you ask me, I certainly have not had enough of Elizabeth Hurley.
No. Still haven't had enough of Elizabeth Hurley.
And I wonder what sort of emotional changes that character might have had.
Right.
So, and I think they made a nice team. Why not leave it a Peed and Steele or Steed and Peel kind of thing? Peed and
Or
Steele.
Pete and Steele, why not? It is an Austin Powers movie.
It is, but you know what I mean.
It's like the expression "that train has sailed." Oh, baby,
Yes,
you remind me
wonderful.
of Pete, and I'm Steele.
But how wonderful that would have been, and that and speaking of Robert Wagner, there's a heart-to-heart relationship that they have.
Mm-hmm.
That wouldn't have ruined the movie. You could have put all the cocky duty jokes you wanted to in that. Those things, God damn it, those things don't get in the way.
Right.
And besides, it doesn't make any goddamn sense because you have things like
that's why I'm wondering whether if there was a contract dispute or something.
I don't think so. I think you may be giving it too much credit.
Too much? Yeah.
It may be. It feels like such a series of shallow decisions.
Yes.
It's like, well, it was a year or two before she was going to be making Bedazzled, so it's not like she had to run off and get on the set to that.
Right.
I think so. No. And she had enough time to make the cameo. So that immediately put a sour taste in my mouth, and then the rest of the movie made no sense either. What does a Dr. Evil who has been to the present bring with him back to 1969, where now he's 2 or 3 steps ahead of everyone else because of what he's seen and what he knows?
Yes.
And
he should have listened to number 2 on that one, because he could have played the stock market and become a trillionaire.
Yeah, it's like what, and his compatriots keep trying to pull him into one evil scheme after another. He's saying, I'm sorry, I'm investing in disco balls.
Yeah.
And that kind of thing. Likewise, since Dr. Evil seems more interesting to Austin, to Mike Myers than Austin Powers, call the movie Dr. Evil. And
the return of Dr. Evil, the return of evil. Yeah.
And just invest in him trying to run this dysfunctional family. Uh, okay, that's interesting. I watched that.
Mhm.
But nothing in the plot makes any sense. So you talk about Heather Graham. Well, no, let's talk about the Mojo issue. The Mojo issue is suddenly the Austin Powers equivalent of midichlorians. It's now he has some biological uniqueness that makes him who he is, I
Right.
guess.
Like a third gonad that's been removed or
And
something.
yet, when it's stolen, it's unclear what it does. I guess it makes him impotent. But wouldn't it have been interesting if he had gotten nerdier and squarer as the movie went on? His hair
Mhm.
gets shorter, it becomes parted like his combed with buttered
Oh,
toast.
the teeth start to go bad
Well,
again.
that I think is just the effect of going back in
Time
time.
travel, yeah.
Yeah, which,
Yeah.
again makes no sense. But, if he had gone back into his old body or something like that.
Or he looks in the mirror and his nose hairs start growing.
Yeah. But just that he becomes plain, flat, dull, ordinary.
Right.
And the people are trying to revive these qualities in him, and they can't. He really doesn't. Consequently, Dr. Evil becomes a hipster.
Right.
His hair grows beautifully, and he becomes this.
Which they had a brief dalliance with that idea, but then they went away from it.
Yeah, yeah. These are very, very, very clear plot roads to go down, and I won't say they were too clear because what they substituted it with was twaddle. And naughty jokes that kind of just made me feel dirty. This fat bastard stuff. So fat bastard has nothing to do with the Bond films. There's no analog at all. And so what's he
or
doing?
Matt Helm or
any
Flynn,
of them. I mean, a parody of Jaws seems the most, and call him Buns or something. He's got a steel ass that he goes and he has to fight people backwards.
Heads off with it.
Yeah, something like that. He detaches and flies around the room or whatever. I mean, that's interesting. Okay, why not? That's at least something.
Buns for the revenge.
Yeah, and they get a mind of their own or something. Whatever. They get an AI infection.
Something absurd but novel.
Yeah, and something again connected to the Bond films.
Mm-hmm.
The Felicity Shagwell character. Okay, so she's very 70s, but we're not in. I think.
No, I know she's supposed to be from 68. She's supposed to be from 67.
Yeah, and so so she's, I guess, a Modesty Blaze type. But what does that mean in the Austin Powers world? Because we've already seen Mrs. Kensington,
right,
who kind of defines it and is so intelligent. That we don't. There's no need. I mean,
yeah, it's like she's Jan Brady if Jan had discovered LSD at some point.
Sure. There's ignoring the mythology, and the mythology is that he has a jet, and he's this celebrity undercover photographer.
Mm-hmm.
I have problems in the present. You have the lovely, unspeakably fantastic Kristen Johnston,
who's a great comedian as well.
Make her Felicity Shagwell for one thing, but I mean she's a lot funnier than Heather Graham and just as pretty. Not as commercially viable, but
right, not at that point anyway. Yeah,
but it also
although Third Rock I think had started by this time.
Oh, it had. It was deep into Third Rock.
Yeah.
It would have saved them a few $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
They could have spent elsewhere. But more money is not the problem this movie has. It has plenty of money. It has too much money, in fact. I think one of the endearing things about the first movie is that it's low budget.
They made it for like 16 or 17 million.
16 million. Yeah, made it look and feel like one of the Bond films.
Right.
Or not one of the Bond films. I take that. No, one of the imitators. Matt Helm.
Yep.
Or the second Flint movie or something like that. Yeah, there's even something weird when his favorite Flint movie is the inferior one. that's and that feels like just a goof up on their part and not something intentional.
Right.
So
well, I mean, the second Flint movie had to do with all these women and stuff, so he's like probably figuring the fembots have a parallel there, but there's also parallels and other things for the fembots. So that Dr. Foot and the Bikini Machine and
So I kind of like that low budget feel that it had. It was stock footage safari.
Yeah.
So, and and other little things that just would have been logical with him. For instance, you and I were talking about this, that he very much tries to get into the 90s,
Yes.
which is what Austin would have done very quickly. He's a man of the present, and yet
But also a social animal and want to get into the mainstream.
he would have
Fairly
gotten it
fast.
wrong. So,
Yeah.
something I would have appreciated would have been, yeah, he's in a Jaguar with that, ostentatious Union Jack on it, but it would have been a new Jaguar. Because of course he would have had a new Jaguar. Or he would make a point, just one line to Basil exposition of, you can't keep down the classic.
Mm-hmm.
And that would have been plenty. So all of those things, it just felt cynical. I feel dirty after even contemplating this movie. And there is so much to love about the first film and the mythology. I got to come back to it. The mythology that they create instantly about him in that first movie.
I mean, he's a photographer, which is right out of French films of the
And Blow Up.
60s. Blow Up,
Yeah, there are all these references to Blow Up.
which is that's right. That's the Hemmings film, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So anyway, I just didn't, and then so when we get to the plot elements, I don't care.
They're not as deeply held. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care. And it's like, oh God, now it's another Dr. Evil scene. We're just gonna see either jokes from the first movie or unfunny new jokes, where basically people with physical differences are made fun of. Ha ha ha.
The mini-me's thing. Yeah.
Yeah, mini me or fat bastard or things like
Mhm.
that. And so many. I was thinking about that, and we're told he's an exact clone of you, except he's 2.5 feet tall or something like that. And okay, we'll leave it at that. And now you have Mike Myers voicing Mini Me also, fighting for who's going to run things. And there's some crucial difference where Mini Me gets it,
Yeah.
and Dr. Evil doesn't. And Mini Me's running the organization very efficiently. And Dr. Evil shows back up and he's like, well, he's not me. Well, he is. He's not.
1969, a little too long, I
Yeah.
see.
And Scott gets along with Mini Me famously.
Yeah, after being at each other's throats.
Yeah, Scott gets along with Mini Me very
obvious
well.
that it's Dad that's caused that to happen. So.
Unlike his father.
Right.
And then Dr. Evil has this issue of, yeah, but I am him. It's like, are you really? That would have been an interesting twist. So I would have happily seen a Scott Evil movie.
Mhm.
It was funny because at this point in 1999, some of the really great films of that year had yet to come out. It was only halfway through the year. And, movies tend to get better as you get through the year.
Mm-hmm. Like Gladiator, for instance.
Was that 99?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking more like Magnolia.
Yeah.
And Fight Club.
Yes.
And, those films. Gladiator's a great movie.
Yeah. I mean, that would have been one of the blocks.
That was the first big movie of the summer.
It came out in 2000. So that.
Oh, it did? Okay, yeah. So
it was being filmed in 99. Yeah.
But at this point, when I saw this movie, I was about to jump off a roof because the other big movie so far that year had been Phantom Menace. Holy shit. So, Phantom Menace and this were just like a 1-2 punch. And I was surrounded by people who tried to convince me they were good. And I think that's just so they could be what was considered cool or conformist or I don't know what.
Or wanted to believe that they spent their money on something that was
they said that I had standards that were too high. And it's like, no, I had standards of someone who liked Star Wars. I had standards of someone who liked, Austin Powers. And I was told, oh, you're taking it too seriously and so on and so forth. Well, somebody has to, because they took the emotional arc in Austin Powers, which they devote a lot of screen time to. That What the World Needs Now sequence where he's watching the moon landing.
Yes.
And all that. And yet his takeaway is, I can't believe Liberace was gay. She's either covering his tracks
Yes.
or it just says something amusing about him after all of that. But one way or the other, it's a funny and fun and touching moment.
Yes.
So I mean, and the comeback is going to be, yeah, but there were funny moments. Well, I had fun. And it's like, I cordially say, fuck you to that. There are other ways to have fun, and your standards for fun are too fucking low if that's it. And I hope you don't get demonetized or yanked off YouTube for that. But
No, I
it's
don't
just,
think you will,
those are
especially
just,
since it's not monetized in the first
it's
place.
not monetized, so whatever. Hit like and subscribe, guys.
Yes, monetize it for us.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't mean to be a party pooper. I really don't. I hate that.
No,
I
but
hate that.
I mean, having strong feelings about something is okay, and you're couching it in some reasonable observations. That's fine.
Yeah.
You know? That's fine. That's
Okay.
not something that I object to.
Yeah, I mean, I feel a little guilty. I don't want to, at the same time, I don't want to ruin anybody's good time.
No,
Well,
So, and my take is, seriously, after I told them to go have themselves, um, if if you like this movie, ultimately, the mature part of me says, if you like this movie, good, because you had 2 good hours of your life that you'll never get back to spend on something lousy.
yeah,
And that's you're 2 hours ahead of me, and so good for you.
no worries, no
now,
worries.
before I get into this movie, I am going to get into the movies of 1999. I do like Phantom Menace before I start.
I figured.
Yes, I know. Okay, so Fight Club, you guys mentioned.
Yes.
The Matrix, American Beauty, the Green Mile, Eyes
Oh
Wide
my
Shut,
God.
Toy Story 2, The Sixth Sense, Election, Being John Malkovich, The Talented Mr. Ripley, Man on the Moon, Magnolia, Office Space, Girl Interrupted, Arlington Road, Three
Yeah.
Kings, The Boondock Saints, great movie, South Park, Bigger, Louder, and Uncut,
Good God.
The Virgin Suicides, The Insider, The Iron Gate, Cruel Intentions, American Pie, The Blair Witch Project, October Sky, Any Given Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
Sleepy Hollow,
Mm-hmm.
Galaxy Quest, great movie, Tarzan, Austin Powers, obviously, The Spy Who Shagged Me, Deep Blue Sea, fun shark movie,
Yeah.
Big Daddy, 10 Things I Hate About You,
Mm-hmm.
Notting Hill, Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, The Mummy,
Yeah.
she's all that, Wild Wild West, boo, Mystery Men,
I like that. That's okay.
Stuart Little, Bicentennial Man, A Midnight's Dream, Analyze This, funny movie, Bowfinger, The Astronaut's Wife, Superstar, The Minute, The Minus Man,
Wow.
and there you go. There you go. There's
Wow.
some,
Well, I think at least one book has been written about the films in 1999, and most historians and critics I've seen consider it to be Hollywood's not only Hollywood's last great year, but maybe Hollywood's greatest year.
Well, it's a lot of production and a lot of high quality production. Even some of the movies that didn't really catch on, like Bicentennial Man, for instance. I love that movie. Some people think it's treacly, and you can make an
Oh, it's
argument
Robin
for that.
Williams.
But
So yeah,
but it, and it's Robin Williams restrained in a lot of ways too. I mean, he grasped the nature of the character.
compared to the average film today, that movie is The Magnificent Ambersons.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
really is. I mean, that's not me being snide. I really
yeah,
mean it.
yeah.
we reviewed The Insider.
Did we?
I think so.
I
Pretty
love that
sure.
part.
I thought we did.
I think we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Michael Mann film. Yeah.
What am I going to do? Kung Fu you?
Yeah.
God, he's so good. He's so good as Dan Rather.
Yes.
Or
Uh,
no, who is he? He's not Dan Rather. He's Mike Wallace. Mike
Mike
Wallace.
Wallace.
Yes,
Yeah.
Mike Wallace, the
Yeah.
Insider. Yeah, he's Mike Wallace, and what Pacino is the investigative reporter guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's things this movie doesn't do, but it does. Like, okay, Of all the things you could do with a spoof and people you could cast to be funny, for the life of me, this movie should have been in a lot of ways sort of like how Indiana Jones went prequel in part two with Templeton. This should have been a prequel about Doctor Evil and his family. And who do you get to play Doctor Evil's mother? You get Betty. You get Betty.
Oh my
Um,
God. What an idea. What a great idea. I mean, Betty White or B. Arthur. B. Arthur's his father. Um,
Yeah, really. Just put her in a bald cap.
yeah.
well, no, you try to get the money to get Ben Kingsley to be his dad, and
Oh
Oh,
Betty
it
yeah.
was a great choice.
and Betty White to be his bitch of a mother, who's like
Well,
who's a gun-toting maniac, which is why he's the way he is. But it's funny, like
you know what just like after Dark Shadows, what we do in the shadows proved that you could do a funny vampire movie.
Yeah.
yeah,
You know what came maybe at the same time or right after this that proved you can do this stuff with incredible wit and heart? Venture Brothers.
yep, yep,
And what you're
yep,
describing, Jewel, is basically a live action Venture Brothers movie.
yeah.
And what a great film that would have been.
And it would have. That's what I don't understand. Like, because the characters that get added here, like a mini me, like a fat bastard. I feel like there's some of like mini me I could appreciate, but they don't always use the character the right way in this movie. With Fat Bastard, I just felt the character was just added so it didn't look like the first movie, and the problem with that is it looks too much like the first movie. It's
Yeah.
like,
Well, some of the jokes and the setups are
yeah,
replicas of what happened in the first
Oh, the Zip It,
yeah,
Yeah.
that alone.
Yeah.
yeah. I feel like there's no. Yeah, the best part of this movie, I do agree with you guys, is Rob Lowe. Rob is
Very
fun to
good.
watch,
Fabulous.
but
This was one of the things that he did that sort of brought him back into the mainstream
and
because
Yeah.
he'd been kind of out of circulation doing some TV stuff. He ended up doing,
A very
after this,
special
he ended
direct.
up doing West Wing.
He did a
yeah,
very special direct to video release, as I recall.
Yes, he did. And that's why he was out of circulation for a
Yeah.
while. But he rehabbed. And after this, he ended up in West Wing within a couple of years.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And to me, Will Ferrell in this movie, he's playing the
Mustafa.
wrong. He's playing the wrong role. Um, just
They should have given him another role, and then you could look at him and say, "Oh,
yeah,
it's Will Ferrell again."
yeah,
Why
Yeah.
not? It's
yeah.
it's a parody.
It just
Yeah, the Mustafa thing again. That was a retread. The whole that
yeah.
was a complete retread from the first movie.
Like, look, as somebody who watched Jerry Springer, I mean, I can appreciate Jerry being in the movie, but it's like, so what? Like, it's not. By this time, Jerry Springer on TV was like, been there, done that. You know,
Yeah,
like, come on.
yeah. I
Um,
mean, there was potential there. That
yeah,
having the Jerry Springer sequences, there was potential there, but they never really did anything but replicate a Jerry Springer show
yeah.
where they had like a free for all and chairs flying and stuff like that. So
And for those wondering, look, after watching this movie again today, I did want to defend it, but like, I just can't.
yeah, I
If you
did too
like it,
because I
like it.
really like Mike Myers and I love this character. And
Yeah.
I love many of the ancillary characters. But I looked this movie makes me want to look forward a little bit more to Gold Member,
Mhm.
particularly because of Michael Caine.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's
I mean, there were several things in Goldmember I really preferred. And I liked that they did some new things with the family dynamic, that
mhm.
they did push the characters to go a little further and to
Yeah.
surprise you. I not enough with Austin, but
No, Gold Member is just kind of another gross out character.
he is.
You
He
know,
is.
in a lot of
I mean,
ways.
they're eating his own skin and stuff like that. It's like,
Yeah,
oh, that's not funny. That's just weird.
yeah,
Um, and I don't even know how to make that, how to turn that into something funny.
right.
Um, yeah,
But there are some things about that movie that are worth
Michael Caine is
watching. Yeah.
fantastic.
Yes.
Um, Yeah, I was about to say Mike Myers as Doctor Evil is actually very good in that movie.
Yes. Yes.
Um, a wasted opportunity, I think, of Britney Spears. She's at her height,
Yes, she
and
was.
I would have been very happy if she had been the female lead.
Yeah.
You know, so many. And to me, that opening sequence, as I recall, was just monumental. I mean, that just took it to the level of epic.
Yeah, because
Um,
the second movie, it's kind of flat. The opening
it's
sequence.
flat and it's anachronistic.
Yeah.
I mean, as much
But
fun as
yeah,
I've
and
had,
you compare it to the first one, and it's almost non-existent.
yeah,
Because
and
the first
because
one
it's
had
happened,
so much energy.
and this one's taking place in the present. So use present stuff, use
Yeah.
boy bands and that kind of thing.
Hmm.
And as much as I smiled at the Busby Berkeley moment, I then kind of took a step back and thought, yeah, this isn't taking place in the 1930s.
Yeah. No.
And that's not something intrinsic to the character.
Hmm. I think that was also their attempt at sort of, oh, we're going to do the marching band stuff again, but we're going to do it in a pool, and so of course it's
Do
going
it
to
in a
be
pool. Put the marching band in a pool. Okay,
synchronized swimming. Yeah, they should have just had the marching band in the pool,
sure.
uh,
Now,
or marching
Michael
into the pool.
Michael Caine's character, who, well, no, you can't do that because he's, yeah. But anyway, you see what I'm talking about.
Yes, I do. I do.
There's a
Um,
reference in this movie that I thought was really interesting. As when Austin talks about when he got VD, and it's clear he's been in the Navy.
yes,
Somehow I want something of that. I want to find out more about that
right,
in the
right.
movie.
Because
What
that's
was
a
Austin
reference.
Powers
That's a
like in the
James
Navy?
Bond reference too.
Oh,
He's
yeah, Commander Bond, that
right.
sort of thing. Sure, sure. Because I left Austin Powers wanting to know more about Austin Powers,
Hmm.
and I didn't get that.
No, you don't. You get a lot of replicant situation stuff in this movie.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing I had about it, because it doesn't come across as being spontaneous, or any of the
No,
stuff that the first
not at
movie has a
all.
lot of spontaneity in
It's
it,
just
or at least even if
calculated.
it's manufactured, it looks like spontaneous.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it looks like a big Saturday Night Live skit that they
Yeah,
threw together. And God bless them. It had
yeah,
that immediacy.
yeah.
And this just
It does.
money, 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 money,
Yeah,
money.
and they got it.
They spent it and they got it.
They got it.
Uh, so not many, not no production notes. But there were two variations of the posters. One of them asterisk out of the middle of offended word shag. Other
Oh,
posters
get out of here.
had named
Oh, that's for the flyover states.
yeah, the film
Places
as
Bible Belt and places like that.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Other posters had
Probably
named
parts of Louisville had that poster.
There could be. Yeah.
probably others had named the film Austin Powers 2, according to the
Yes.
Collins English Dictionary. The use of the word shag in the films, the
Means
title helped to increase the world's accessibility, reducing its shock value and giving it more a jocular, relaxed connection.
yeah,
It's
because
funny though.
that's what it becomes. It's he uses it frequently in the first movie.
Yeah.
He talks about shagging all the time in the first
In
movie.
English or in American English, at least up to a certain point, shag did not mean fornicate.
No.
Shag meant to goof around, to kind of pull one over on somebody, or to kind of consensually prevaricate, let
Hmm.
us say.
Yes, yes.
But
Uh,
in England, however,
Sure, sure. Well, it's like Fanny.
yeah.
what's some of you guys' favorite scenes?
The ones with number two, obviously. I loved his stuff, particularly the shtick with the time machine, where he actually gets it over on instead of being abused by Dr. Evil, he actually gets to comment on it a bit, and shrug and roll his eyes because Dr. Evil has run into the machine before it's been turned on. Stuff like that is great. And Rob Lowe is great in this. I remember, like I said, I remember when I first saw it thinking, holy crap, what's he doing here? I mean, he's in a complete study. And not only, but he's still not coming across as a robot with the character. He's still responding and reacting to everything the way an actor should, and the character should. It's just that, wow, that's
It makes me sad because I want to see him in the movie. I want to see a movie about him.
Yeah.
I want to see a movie about him and number two and their relationship, the older number two, because they do have a romance in the third film, as I recall, which is great.
Yes. And also, what's her name? I can't remember.
Frau Verbissina, Mindy Sterling.
Yes, Mindy Sterling.
More of her.
By the way, I always found Mindy Sterling attractive. If you've seen that makeup,
I do too.
She looks great.
I'm with you 100%.
Yeah, but she's absolutely hilarious as the Frau. I mean, she's just I'll give her a pass in this movie too, just because she's so committed to it, and her attitude is funny. I don't give a shit what the lines are. She's just funny to watch physically.
When you guys were talking in the beginning, I did try to look up why Elizabeth Hurley's character was written out of this. I couldn't find anything there. The only thing I could find is the reason she didn't return for gold members because she was pregnant.
Well, okay,
what else are they going to do with her?
Right, and besides that, they said she was a fembot anyway. So how are they going to give her? I don't know. They could, I suppose, say she was secretly kidnapped and replaced by a fembot. That's what they should have said in the first place, and then had her come back at the end of the movie. Something.
Yes.
Yeah. But she was pregnant at the time. She couldn't do it.
And you never know she had kids now. It's amazing. She's made some kind of maybe when she did Bedazzled, she actually was the devil. I don't know, because she's now 60 years old and she looks like 30.
Beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely stunning woman. Absolutely. My favorite scenes with this actually, Heather Graham a bit. I do think she does a good job.
I like her. She's likable.
Yeah,
she's likable. Just that this vehicle isn't treating her right.
No. I just think they shot too big on this one, and they didn't. Supposedly shot too big, but they were just sort of copying and pasting the original movie.
Yes, I think that's a good essence.
Scale 1 to 10, guys. What do you give it?
I'll give it a 5 for nostalgia's sake.
I give it a 2 for number 2.
Number 2. There you go. Yeah.
All right, go. I give this 4 1/4. I just think there's a lot left on the table they could have did here.
The quarter's for the goat in the threesome, right? And the $4 is for the hooker.
No, I'm giving the quarter for Vern Troy. Listen, if this channel exists tomorrow, knock on wood, okay?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Joel. I went all Joe Pesci on you.
Hi, let's have the Joe Pesci show.
Yeah,
I went all Joe Pesci on you.
Oh my god! Don't worry, I'll just put up another channel if it happens. It's okay. We'll be back tomorrow somehow.
Trust me, I've heard F-bombs a lot
I know. Well, from us. Jewel has gone on a tear occasionally.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, when the passion strikes,
Yeah. I just think that's the thing too. Like, okay, we talked the Pink Panther movies, right? We've talked enough about them. Where when we see Shot in the Dark, it's not a copy paste of Pink Panther.
No. It's its own. No,
it's not.
Very.
As a matter of fact, it's an expansion.
You're right.
Yes. Character.
Yes.
Yeah.
You get to know more about him and his weirdnesses and his relationship with various people, women, his live-in servant, Kato. That comes a little later, I guess, when they fully blossom.
No, I think Kato's in Shot in the Dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I mean, they take it to even more
Oh,
ridiculous
sure.
heights.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they build on it.
I
And
mean,
God bless Bill
basically
Blatty.
tear down an entire house at one point, I think,
Yes.
in the
I
movie.
think I think that's something all three of us are looked for with this movie. Like, why didn't they just
Right.
expand on it
Yeah.
instead of like copying and
A
pasting?
new villain.
Yeah,
You've got 15 Bond villains or so at that
Hmm.
point to draw from.
Yes.
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I just so guys, is there anything you guys want to add before we go?
Salt
Not at
the
all.
earth
So,
where this film grew.
buckshot salt of the
Yeah.
earth.
The world is not enough is tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
I think these
Good.
movies are now absolutely free on Netflix. If you have Netflix,
I have the
Oh, good.
Blu-ray. I'm going to watch the Blu-ray tomorrow.
there you go.
Um,
That's absolutely free after you've watched it twice. It's paid
yeah.
for itself.
And tomorrow, chapter 2 of Nightly Business is dropping sometime tomorrow.
You have a camera in my bathroom for my nightly business?
No, but I did
Oh,
base the
Patrick
character.
disappeared.
No, but I did base the character on chapter 2 from you. I did base a
Oh, yeah?
character. Yes, yes, a man named Felix Hunter.
Uh-oh.
So who's a bit of a con artist.
Okay,
Who,
well, that
Wait a
describes me
minute.
pretty well.
the
God,
likeness,
I
actually.
can't. I can't
The
wait
like.
until you get around to
They're
me.
always after me, Lucky Charms.
Because he's the one who tells Whisper about the kidnapped girl and where she is. So, because he
Oh,
keeps
that's
his
good. A productive character, right?
yeah, he keeps his ear to the ground. He's very knowledgeable of the
Okay.
underworld. So,
Cool.
so,
Cool.
but
Take
yeah,
that.
that drops sometime tomorrow.
Cool.
As I got to finish writing it. But there's going to be links to Patrick McCray's Dark Shadows Day Book Unbound. There's going to be links to Alan Gallant's YouTube channel, Collins Court After Dark. And even though he's not here with us, link to Daniel Culver's YouTube channel, Magic Devil, in the description box. You guys have a good night and stay safe.
Take care.
Lovely
Take care.
time, gentlemen. Lovely time.
Bye.